probably all thought I forgot about tonight. No, it's just been a crazy day. Been out running around with their wife. Been here, been there. There's 200 and some miles I've put on today. And I'm running late. Well, let's see. Don't know if anybody's in here. I know everybody probably gave up on me tonight, but so, hey, hello. Yeah, I'm late. I'm sorry. It's been a busy, busy day. I've been wheeling and dealing on parts and pieces and everything to get these motors done. And just got done for making one of my last stops. We went and got insulin today. We got parts today. We've seen people. And a friend of mine picked this up. We're going to test it out tomorrow morning and see if it works. And I finally got to the shop. Oh, I tell you. It's nice knowing people that got stuff around and doing some wheeling dealing and things. For one of the small blocks, I just need some small journal bearings, and we'll be assembling a couple of small journal motors. Hey, Casey, how you doing? I guess we're supposed to have a heck of a snowstorm or something. I guess school's already canceling some stuff for the morning. I don't know how the Super Bowl game's ending. I just checked with Squirrel to see if she was ready to come home from her sister's, and she wasn't. So I know I'm competing with the Super Bowl tonight, and a lot of people thought, he missed it tonight. And they're getting mopped, okay. Yeah. Eagles won. Well, hey, Larry, how you doing? Hey, Judy, how are you? We're doing pretty good here. Been a long day. Wife and I, 2 Sundays in a row, we've gone and done something. And both times, you're not supposed to get that much snow there? And both times I've gone with the wife, we brought home car parts. I've got some rings and bearings, oil pump drives, some nice roller tip rockers now for motor, bearings, timing chain, oil pump. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. You're in 1 to 2 inch. Yeah, we're supposed to get 2 to 4, but who knows what we're going to end up with. So, yep. As you guys know, on the live show last night, turned on that motor. There may not be much we use from that motor. Probably the heads and intake. As I found him some good parts today. So, the Hudson Titanic motor, who knows how it's going to turn out. Yep, so, well, the dusting was, yeah, ready for spring, yep. I'm not going to give the details on these, but look what I found today. Brand new. Brand spanking new. Some nice, there's for one of the engine builds. And the nice thing about these can go floater or pressed fit. So, good old Sil power. Just what we was looking for. So, gotta follow the rules. Yeah. Rules, what sneaking rules? Oh, it's been, this last few days has just kind of gotten crazy. Yep. See, I turn on the camera, I turn on the live show, then hey Jerry, how you doing? What'd you say? I'm doing pretty good, having fun, having a blast. Your week's about ready to get crazy? there, uh, Casey? Um, Sorry about that. Guy following up with a, oh, yeah, shoot, yeah. That reminds me, I got two other, I've got, it's amazing on how things are turning around. 2 job interviews. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, changing jobs, are you? It's amazing how things have turned around here. Because I finally get in contact on my last 350. Got some pretty good bites. So hopefully, maybe those can get on down the road and get ready to do some more. So it's crazy on how this is finally ballooning up. Sorry. I guess I wonder if I got enough battery on this. No, not really. I was going to say I could turn on the live on here, turn the volume down, and watch the chat. It's on this so I can see. So, hopefully everybody's had a good weekend. It's kind of crazy. I scored some other stuff too today. And I want to do a little checking on that. Oh. Hey, when you find that you've nicked yourself. The fast. Yeah, these new TVs. Okay, so you never know until you try. I'm learning that, and like I said, um, it I don't know, but something has changed, and I felt the change come. It's getting crazy around here. I've got an old friend I ran into tonight. I might bring him over to start helping lift and kind of move stuff around until right now I'm going to figure out how to make probably a floor to ceiling crane. Have it attached to the floor and at the ceiling. Okay, that's good. That's always a good thing. So I can start lifting this stuff without lifting it. I've been finding out that's really raising heck. Weather must be going to change. I don't know what the cat's new thing is. He'll go up to a door, front door or an office door, and literally jump 3/4 of the way up it, attack the door frame, and then drop to the floor. Every time he does that, the weather changes. So maybe we might get some snow, or maybe we'll get some warm weather. Maybe he'll be the new Puxatory Phil. See what the cat says, and then that's what we go by for weather. Yep, there'll be a small journal 327 going together. Might have some heads to put on that now. You get that together and get that running and pedaled. And hey, Greg. Oh, that's the day that. Well, keep you in the prayers there, Greg. Hopefully they get you straightened out soon and get you healing up. Get your energy level back up and get you walking again. Yep, I'm trying to get some of these motors finished up, so I can get them out of the way. I gotta get my own personal stuff done to keep room for the customer stuff, and keeps going. We will be adding on, otherwise I'm going to have to get a semi-trailer and hook it on the side of the building. I'm still mad at the Ford. Ford took a chunk out of my knuckle the other day working on it. And that's, I hate about diabetes. Sometimes it takes your wounds forever to heal. And that one's not being nice. So, I got a lot of good feedback for last night's show. That was fun. You guys, that made it fun having you guys watching and tear that motor down. And it made it great for the owner too, because he's gone and watched and seen So what I told him has also been backed up with video. I'm like, I don't hide anything. I tell it. What I find is what is. Yeah. Uh, hey Tom, how you doing? Yeah, I'm running late tonight. The wife and I left the house. Our first stop was at 10:30 this morning, and we stopped here once to drop off some stuff we picked up, and the dog food and cat litter. I just finally started the start of the live stream is when I finally got back here after all our running around. Kids invited us over for a Super Bowl supper, so we went over there, watched the game for a while, and oh, the grandkids, you just love it when you go in there and they see you and they just smile from ear to ear. And Lily, with her talking, she goes, Papa Rod. So, hey Chuck, how you doing? Oh, well, Jerry, I'll keep you in the prayers too, buddy. Yes, Tom, I'm here in States. I'm in corn country. I'm in western Iowa is where I'm at. So, yep, I'm right here, west side of Iowa. About an hour southeast of Sioux City, Iowa. If that tells you anything. What, you that mad because I wasn't out here today or what, Cat? Cat's growling and everything else. So yeah. And there he just went halfway up the door again. And he has no front claw, so it's amazing that he can get that far off the ground with his fat butt. I'm doing pretty good. It's been crazy. Been talking to... I've got about 4 or 5 people that I'm talking to about either selling them parts or having some motors sent to me to work on, and it's getting crazy. It's getting to where I want to be. It's finally starting to step up and go. So, got a lot of builds. Hey, Kurt, how you doing? Got a lot of things coming up, and like I said, I'm going to have to work out a code name for these motors. And hey, Alex, how you doing? I have a code name for these. Well, I hadn't planned on it, and I had somebody get a hold of me. Hey, you going to do one? And he knows who he is, and I'm glad he did, as I wasn't ready to go home and sit there yet. Hey, Terry. Yep, the Eagles won out here. So I came out here, grabbed the tablet, turned it up. That's good, Alex. That's all we can ask for. We woke up today and we had another day to make the change, and I found parts that saved this motor build that's going on currently right now, and I got more blocks coming in. That's where if get enough money rolling in, and that we're going to get our own boring bar and hone a machine and start doing the stuff in house. Just keep the money in there, and that'll just help keep things growing and getting the things going. So, you just got 6 inches of snow, Greg? Oh boy! Well, yeah, we were supposed to have snow already, but they backed it off. And when we started our run, Mama Bear goes, "I think we're going to run in the snow this morning," and it went the other way. It evidently went out to you. Dragging their balls. Might have been all those people down there. You know, they did when they did the halftime show, all those people jumping around and mosh pitting. That probably screwed up the playing field. That's why everybody couldn't. No. That's about all. I made it to halftime, and then we had to take off to finish up the last deal for the day. I got to look at that again there, Terry. I know there was one B rod in there. They're not, I noticed those rods that are in there are not matched at all. Oh, you're in Oregon. Okay, Tom. Okay. You didn't watch the game. Oh, Alex, you got a tan today? I would have definitely traded you. It was cold today. And now it's kind of warmed up, so I suppose the snow's going to come this time. So far, they've been wrong with the snow. But, yeah, the guy with the 454 here, I know he picked up some stuff for that, and I told him I was going to be here yesterday, and I was. Oh, okay. I think there's B's and O's and someone not marked. I'll have to check that out, Terry. Yeah, after talking to him, and then I got looking at his steel crankshaft. I got to check out the rear. Whoever put that motor together used Loctite and the severe Loctite on everything. I got to re-examine the pressure plate bolts holes. I think a couple of them are screwed up after I got them backed out. Yeah, it seems like the snow's all gone around us, and that's okay. I really don't care for snow anymore. It hurts. It hurts. So, yeah. $18 degrees. We are at, what are we at? We are at, we're at 1 degree. I guess it dropped more. I guess my truck lied to me. Otherwise I didn't look at it right. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, and then here you guys go. There's a good steel-collared oil pump drive. It's what you definitely want to put in your motors. One of my friends says, well, how are you out getting car parts today? Stores are closed. I said, well, it's not where you buy it, it's who you know. And that's worked out to be a good deal today. I mean, I got bearings on hand now. I've got a good standard crank I got to get up and get polished. And I got standard bearings. Once I put the camera on him, we wouldn't catch him. That cat just keeps going in the office and jumping half the 3/4 way up the door. There's nothing there. Are you just that happy I'm finally out here? You're right. I agree with you that too. Yeah. Well, there goes the furnace. Hopefully that doesn't drown me out too much, but yeah, let's see. There's 1 flat, 2 flats, set of pistons, and there's a crankshaft. That's part of what came home today. I don't know. You got some catnip hidden here, buddy? Come here. Come here. Kids come out and pick him up and go, God, he's fat. Hey, look at that. You're on. Yeah. See yourself? Go jump on the door. Huh? One of the best damn cats I've had, and he was dumped here. One of the motors I worked on, he kept walking through, so I had to wash the whole thing out, and I ended up taking the oil pan off it. Hey, now might be nice. Mama Bear, I don't know if Mama Bear's going to join us. She's been pretty tired. She was up for over 24 hours yesterday. Yep. Well, I've been out here every day except for today, and when we stopped to drop off some parts, he was chewing me up and down like, hey, you're late today. Come on. What are you doing? So, fed, watered him. He shut up until now. Yeah, he's a nice cat, and before I finally moved him in here, when I found out he didn't have front claws, I kind of felt sorry for him, but one day he proved to me he doesn't need his front claws. He took out a ground squirrel. No claws on the front. He had his hind claws. Well, yeah, Mama Bear. Like I said, she was up for 24 hours. When I dropped her off, I said, I'm going to go do the live show. And she's like, that's fine. She's I'm going to go into bed. She was basically up for over 24 hours yesterday. Well, longer than that. She got at 4 a.m. yesterday morning and didn't get to bed until midnight last night. So that's 30 some hours she was up yesterday. No, it can't be 30 hours, dork. There's only 24 in a day. Jeez. Oh, boy. Holy crap, we got 26 people in here. Well, thank you, everybody. Smash that like button, and we're having fun. And I'm kind of getting to where I like doing these live streams a lot better than just doing the video and then uploading them. Because once I hit the done button, it's done. It's up. It's done. I don't have to wait for anything. And then this way, if anybody's got questions, they can ask. And we got all sorts of things. So, yep, we got. Then I read the rules just to make sure what I picked up today was going. It falls within the rules. Hey, can't say anything. Stock appearing. Hey, who knows? Oh man. Like I said, I finally got some rod bearings. These are 20 unders. And there's all sorts of things we could do. But yep. Next weekend I got a batch of blocks and heads coming in, and another one to be built. Holy mo! All of a sudden I went from having too many engine stands to I don't have enough engine stands. I gotta get my other two dug out of the trailer and get those finished, so I got some more engine stands around here. That's kind of a good problem to have. But then again, I get these two motors built and done and set off in the corner. That'll be okay. Hey Rod, how you doing? We're just kind of kicking back. Had a request to go ahead and do my live show, so what the heck. I ain't ready to go home and go to bed yet tonight. So we're out here just having fun, kind of filling in, checking out parts. Because we had some part scores today. I got some rings. For the ones that didn't see it, we got some long slot roller tipped rockers, which are legal. So all sorts of stuff. I need a storage room for parts so I can to have inventory in. No, I don't. Well, according to the clock here, I've only been on 22 minutes there, Mike, so you probably didn't miss much. I didn't know how many people I would get tonight, being late, and usually I do them earlier. Maybe that's my thing. Maybe I need to do them a little later at night, because we got 23 people in here according to the clock. And, well, as I said that, we went to 22, 21, so. Well, thank you, Chuck. Oh, maybe those are my haters. They come in, checked in. Yeah, yep, time to hit that. Oh. Yep. So, yep. We got family time today. I've had family time with the wife for 2 weekends in a row. That's kind of scary. It's been a long time since her and I have gotten to do stuff on the weekends. So I ain't going to complain about that. Oh, cut out on your end for a moment? Oh, okay. Yeah, and then last night when it lost the connection, I'm like, oh, come on, you got to be kidding me. So, yeah, we're just relying on electronic devices. You never know when they're going to work or using the phone right now. Okay. What else we got? So yeah, we got some. I definitely need to get the metal in here and get the second engine start stand built too. Well, actually, I need to build 2 of them because the guy's looking for me to send one. No, cut out on everybody's, huh? According to this, I haven't had a. Hey, Mike, how you doing there, buddy? No cutouts yet, so I gotta grab a jug of water. And yes, I've been drinking the water. What's that? Push rod length. Can I get to that? yeah, I really need. I've done so many videos. I know I got in a video. I've got the little tool. Well, you gotta make sure the valve that you're checking that it's the lifter's all the way down. There's a little tool made by there we'll go. Just a second. I might be able to get to it. Hang on a second. I can't remember the name of the tool, but I know it's out there. For you guys out there that got the internet connection, oh, well, hey, I can tell you, don't have to look it up for me. Depending on the size of your studs, that's what you'll have to buy. This is a Manley, and the part number on this one was 42132. Hi, Paul. And how this works, Rod, it goes on, slides on your stud. This edge will touch the valve. Then you have your push rod in there. And if it hits before you touch the valve, your push rods are too long. If this hits before it touches the push rod, then the push rods are too short. Then what you do is measure your distance. Like say that was my finger's push rod. You measure your distance, and that's how much longer the push rod you need. And ideally what you want it to do is come down and hit the valve and the push rod at the same time. Then you know you're the correct length. So this was an old Manley, like I said, 42132. So it's a push rod length checker. Very simple, not hard to use, and it's kind of handy. So hopefully that answered your question. And you do that with the heads on, of course. You know, the only thing you get full pay for what you pay for is a bottle of water now. So I hope that helped you, Rod. Every time I say another Rod's name, I feel like I'm talking to myself sometimes. What the heck, huh? Right? Trying to. Oh yeah, made it. Okay. Oh yeah, there's the rest. I even got some cam bearings today, and almost had a full set of. Wait a second. Did we go? No. Okay. We got a full set of 20s. Hey, thanks, Rod. Hey, thank you. Got some 20. Got a lot of 20 under bearings, which is good because I got some stuff I want to finish up. And that block that was a 327 that they put the 327 guts in, I might actually turn that into a 350 right now. Oh yeah, I got some 1 under bearings. Yes, Paul, things are finally turning around. And here's another thing too, putting in oil pump studs. There's an ARP. And let's see, that was a Speedway number. Is there an ARP number? No. Anyway, I guess if you go to speedwaymotors.com, there's part number for oil pump stud. That's what I'm missing, oil pickup tube. I got to get some of those. Oh no, I got to salvage the one from his motor. Never mind, because he's got that aftermarket pan. That's right. And brand new oil pump I found today. Still brand new. So yeah, here's what they come with, and you don't want to use is the plastic. because you don't want your oil pump drive ever coming off. It usually spells trouble. So there's that. Yeah. I mean, it's turning fun. It's having fun. And I got a good response on doing the live stream last night. That everybody thought that was fun. I just wish I could. I've seen guys do the live streams, and supposedly if you don't, then that's the problem. If you don't let it. Oh no, Matt. Yeah, that sounds like you got a broken belt. If you don't let it stay up to be monetized, they don't say anything. But I don't want to risk it because everything's starting to go good. Hey, Chuck or CJ. Jesus. Jeez. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, that was totally impromptu, and I didn't plan on it going for 2 hours last night. I thought, we'll just work on this motor a little bit. And it just was going so good, I just kept going, and the next thing you know, we got the whole thing. Well, not, it's still got, there's still, it's still got the crank in it, but basically what's sitting there on the stand, the blocks, like I said, if I get my hands on a boring bar, that's going to be a test block. So I am really searching for a boring bar. Get the boring bar. Even if I had, for now, if I got a boring bar and I'll bore them myself and let somebody else finish honing them, that'll be fine. That was a fun day for you, Mike. I know you've been talking about you wanted to do that. So, yeah, that's like with Mama. It's kind of getting fun. The 2 weekends in a row, I'm saying, hey, I'm going after car parts. She's like, okay, I'll go. Hey, Wacer Ranger, nice to see you too. Hey, Danny, how you doing? Yeah, I didn't mean to stop talking to you last night, Danny. It just, all of a sudden, I got busy with this motor behind me. I'll show you here again. That motor behind me. And I ended up doing a little over a 2 hour live stream last night working on that, and it's just been crazy. It's a nice crazy. I'm getting busy. I know I'm losing the weight. Getting my butt chewed for losing the weight the way I am. I don't care. It's coming off. I hit 200 and keep losing. Then I'll worry. And at times there was something we just done. I thought, yeah, you'll have to check out the replay. If I keep losing the weight like I am, I may not be able to move some of the stuff around that I have. Buddy, when he welded up his little trailer and we went to load it again, I had to stand on the back of the cherry picker so we could back his other trailer under it, get it out of here. And I'm like thinking, as I'm doing that, I keep losing the weight. I won't be able to stand on this and make a difference anymore. But that's okay. Those days can go away. That's right. And I'm kind of getting back. When I was younger, if I was working for somebody, and if I didn't take and stop at 11:59 before the noon whistle blew, the noon whistle blew, I'd work through lunch and just keep on going. I wouldn't stop. That was me. And then I don't know what happened there. I got older, dumb, and stupid for a while, and now I'm getting back to where I'm eating first thing in the morning and 7, 8 o'clock at night. A couple of days I've cheated. I've had a hot dog here or something, but it's all a person can do. The biggest difference is this, water. That definitely helps. But until you decide you want to change your ways and change it, everybody can talk blue in your face. It's when you turn it around up here is when it goes, and that's what's happened with this motor. And I tell you, I definitely think this motor stuff, I definitely think the big guy upstairs has something's changed, and it's changed for good. And I'll tell you this, when my one friend was here at Thanksgiving, I told him I wanted this brand of water. I'm not promoting it, and I'm not being paid by him. I wish I was being paid by him. And he bought 2 of the cheap ones. And I said, well, I could get 2 of those cheap ones. I said, I ain't drinking that stuff. I can't even remember what it was. I wouldn't. So the next day, he's like, oh, I'm going to drink it. He took a swig of that. He looked at me. Cat bowl was empty. And I said, oh, told you it was nasty, wasn't it? He's like, my God. He says, I'm sorry I did that. I gave it to the cat. Cat didn't even really drink it. I think we ended up stepping on the bowl and spilling it. Power of positive thinking. Yes, it makes a big difference. Big difference. I know I've, even recently I've gone through kind of a, oh crap. But you notice, guys, the other thing that's helped, and I'm starting to realize it too, is I've had a steady supply of insulin now for a month and a half. I've been able to take my insulin in the morning, my insulin at night. I haven't had to worry about where I'm going to get my next bottle of insulin. I have had a constant, steady supply of insulin now for a month and a half. It ain't breaking the bank. And I think I'm finally losing. That's the other contributing factor. I'm losing weight. Someone got... come on. I wish there was a way I could turn this tablet so the comments would stay up longer. So, Waterboy. Yeah, that was what, an 80s movie? So, having the good supply and that not having to worry anymore, it makes a difference. The stress will kill you just as fast as anything else. And I know it's easy to worry about things, and we're supposed to put it in God's hands, and sometimes we can't do that, and we should. And I kind of, like I said, sitting in the office the other night, I'm like, thank you, God, it's changed, and it's finally going, and it's finally starting to take off and get to where I want to be again. So, and like I said, I've got the wife to go with me 2 weekends in a row to pick up car parts. So I'm getting her there. I'm trying to get her out here in the shop so she can get her build done for you guys. I'm working on that. So, and this here too, stay tuned. There might be another tool giveaway coming up. I'm going to test that one out tomorrow. I think I know why. It's marked 1/2 inch. There it is. Yeah, it's marked 1/2 inch. Guess what? They put it in the wrong package. That is 3/8 all day long. So let's see what it says on the tool, if it even says. That might be why they got sold cheap. It's even labeled. They screwed up and labeled. Oh, it's not going to focus. It even says 1/2 inch air ratchet on here, and that is a 3/8 in. So, if these work like I think they're going to, I'm going to have a couple to give away. So, I want to test them out, work them out, see how they work, and then I'll come up with another giveaway. So, pass on the good stuff. Was a bad day in China that day? Yep. It does say China on it, so be interesting to see what we get. And maybe it's just one, I don't know. But so I guess I can't go by the box. I really don't know what it's going to be. I don't. The specs on here are for a 1/2 inch, so I don't know what the specs are. But hey, who cares? If it works, it works, right? So, oh yeah, that's probably why. Yep, just a second. That's why I got to cut on my arm. Didn't realize it. Yeah, and after we up to 40? Nope, we're only up to 23 people in here right now. And 16 likes, which that's not bad. Earlier I was moving some stuff, broke my fingernail, and I forgot about it, and I think that's why I just cut my arm. Oh, you had ice? Oh! I guess all the bad weather went east of us here. We've had fairly decent weather here. Didn't have any troubles or nothing. Oh, man. So, I hope everybody's been doing good. I mean, I got a couple motors possibly coming from the East Coast to be worked on, and once I get the correct block to match this 327 that we're doing, then that'll be getting loaded up and going east. So, and I forgot about my whole, like I said, if you guys are interested in any motor parts, motors, anything, I forgot. My old boss, he's hooked up with all sorts of shipping, and he could ship anything of any weight, any size, anywhere. So, there's ways I can get the stuff to you if you really want it. Oh, that's what I was talking about too. Earlier, St. Louis, okay. Ah, you got the Snap-on man all paid off now. Cool. Cool. And that's what I almost need to take one of my tool cabinets, empty them out, and since the motor work's getting back to where I used to be, I need to get one tool cabinet, just nothing but the engine specialty tools, so I don't have to keep moving this pile of books and these parts to get into this box to turn around and move them back. It's a cluster. Time to buy more. Yep. My broken. Oh, you had a headlamp? Uh-oh. Yeah, I guess I got a little. Oh, that's what I was saying. The heads I scored come off Pontiac G6. I guess those are supposed to be kind of a little hot head. And then the kid told me, he says, well, we put the LS6 valve springs on them. He says, those heads are good for a 550 lift cam now. I'm like, oh. And I'm looking at those heads. They are different than any of the LS stuff I've ever had. So I kind of looked them up on the Corvette forums and that. Matt, your truck's kind of giving you a heyday out there. So, the old Oldsmobile 350 Rockets, they were pretty good. For the ones that I had out here on the farm, for what I did, they didn't live long. It all started with the shocks, yeah. I've drove street cars with the Rockets in it. When I worked at the junkyard, they always seemed when they came in, they went out, so I don't know if that was a good thing or not, but the few that I've had here on the farm, I ran them until they're dead. And I did find out, and granted, when I got them, they wore out and that, but they didn't like the abuse I put them through on the farm. I usually took the bottom ends out of them, but I guess it depends on what you're doing with the 350 Rocket. If you're going to drive it every day and drive it sensible, the thing will live forever. If you're planning on going drag racing with it, definitely probably want to take it apart, freshen it up, check your clearances and make sure everything's okay. But otherwise, that's not good, Mike. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's the other thing. The Oldsmobile parts are going to be expensive too. Hey, Fearless, you snuck in on me. Okay. Ah. And if the guy don't get it, I've got some spacer bearings coming for some 377s I want to put together too. They're not going to be the good. They're just going to be a nice, fun little 377. Nothing spectacular. Lifetime warranty. Oh yes. That's the thing too. I forgot. Everybody kind of gave me crap about the parts I've been putting on cars from 1A Auto. I tell you guys, every time I've had a problem, it's been no questions asked. I've gotten the replacement parts, no problem. 3 weeks, yeah, that's kind of bites. So, and I didn't realize that my daughter brought up a point. It's hard to believe my oldest is going to be out of school 5 years already. It seemed like it took us forever to get her through the 5th year of school. Yeah, you're right, Danny. That's what I found out beating those rockets around here on the farm. Once I took them upstairs, it's like 30, 40 minutes later, they're... I'm like, stop doing what we're doing, check the oil's full, but they just... And I can't remember if it was the Oldsmobile or it was the Buicks that had that external oil pump, which is kind of a goofy design. I think that was the Buicks. Or did both... Yeah, the Buicks had the external oil pumps. The Oldsmobiles did have a oil pump inside the motor. Alright. That I don't remember. That's been... Holy crap, the last 350 rocket I touched was back in 1989? Yeah, the Buicks were the external. Yeah. So... Yep, I got some... Once I get them all cleaned up and organized and I talk to the guy, might have some old custom race pistons you could pick up for ashtrays or shelf decorations or bookends or whatever. And I'll see what he wants out of them and send off some pistons that, hell, we'll sign his name and I'll sign mine, and there you go, have a little piece of trivia. Nope. Yep, Squirrel got an experience yesterday too. She was working at one store, and before she got out of that store, she got called and asked to go to another store. So Squirrel ended up working the whole day yesterday, from 7 in the morning yesterday. What time did she get done? 7 to 11. She ended up working, and so she's kind of proud. She was tickled. So. And I'm glad Squirrel loves her job. She's having fun. She was a little discouraged the other night. I said, well, babe, at least what you're doing, you're working to get your paint supplies and that, because that'll be another thing we got to do this spring. Once it gets warm and that, I got to get that Bonneville around and get that sanded, painted, and prepped, and sanded, yeah, you know what I'm saying. And get it all painted up for her, and so she can drive again. Well, drive finally. Which then that takes a lot of drive off mom and dad, so, and I think she'll do pretty good. She's drove with mom a little bit, so, yep. The furnace is on. That's why he's sitting still. He said I put a piece of aluminum up there on the furnace so it helps blow the heat around in the shop instead of deadheading in that corner. And he's sitting right where the heat's blowing, so that's why he's finally been quiet. So, yep. And then I got some 100 bearings too for a crank. So if that 350 crank I think is good, well, I know it's good. If it polishes in a neat, because according to the factory bearings I took out, it said it had half thou under. Well, if polish it and that, it might need the thou under, so that's okay. So yeah, okay, I'm going to rattle off. We got 1, 2. Nothing to put that one together. Oh, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of them here in the building now. 5 builds that are about ready to start taking place. And come next weekend, there will be 2, 3 more coming in. So we're up to 8 builds to take place in this next few weeks. Wow. I better get that blue chair out of here so I quit sitting in that thing. Oh boy. 8 motors to build in the next few weeks. And I don't even include the other ones. I've got 3 guys I'm talking to through Gmail right now, but they might just be buying parts and getting them, so that's okay. But wow, it's been a long time since I put that many motors together. Might have to break down and buy a printer for the farm here now, so I can keep track of this stuff. That's the other thing too, and I tell you, keeping track of what you do on your builds really help. I mean, I'm looking at builds I did 25 years ago, and as soon as I look at the paperwork, all that stuff just comes running right back up to the front of the head, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember doing this, this, and that. Oh, and we had the notches block. Oh yeah. Yeah, Tom, it's gonna, 9 builds. I forgot one. There's one that's out there. He's got to find a block, and then he's got to get me the block, and then we got to take the pistons and the block up and get that bored and honed and fitted. He wants me to do that one, build that one live. So I guess the day I do that one live, I'll save a couple of. I fell asleep on the couch when I do that one there I'll have to prep a lot of it, but I'll save, like file fitting the rings, I'll save 1 cylinder to do that and check it, and I guess I'll have to have everything laid out, prepped, ready, and we can go through, do it all, and be interested to see how long, see if the battery lasts long enough to do a live stream. I think that would be a fun one to do. And everybody can see a motor go together. Just won't, and when it's done, we'll hear it on the engine stand. But after that, we don't know where it goes. That's what I'm going to tell everybody. You bring me the motor, it's going to be, it'll be built. But I'm not going to let anybody know what class and who it is and where it's going, because that's what I'm finding out. The guy, Danny's talking to me about. A lot of guys are having trouble with everybody in the area. They're trying to find people away from where they live and race to start building motors for them, so their competitors don't find out. And I mean, I could see where that would be a problem. Everybody, if you got 2 machine shops that service 2 towns, or even 4 towns, and everybody's racing from all those towns, you got a 50-50 chance of finding out what your competitor's working by just. And if you're messing with this stuff, you can walk into any machine shop and you can almost tell what they're building and where it's going and that. Minus you won't know the cams unless you happen to be working on the cam and you see the box and you know. I can see where guys are getting fed up with everybody knowing what they're running. So, and that's good. I mean, it's good for me because, you know, everybody else can pay these big companies to ship their motors to them. It can work here too. I mean, I got 16 acres. I could put get busy enough. We could put up a very nice shop here and have a nice shade tree around the shop, and we could sit out in the evenings when it's done. It's warm, have fun, kick back, have a blast. So, I even got a little 283 steel crank motor I'm going to put back together. It's 30 over. It just needs to be honed. And we can just put that together, and we don't know. Like I said, that old black Tahoe I got out here, I might just stick some old stuff in it, get it to move, and make it a farmyard jumper. Have fun. Well, we're down the 18. Yep, I must have hit the boring spot. Hey, that's it. You know, this late at night, I didn't expect really anybody to come by and stick around long. All I know is I've got a lot of numbers and a lot of combinations and a lot of things I'm thinking of that we can do and have fun with. And I'd eventually like to get where I've got my own hobby stock or something out on the track too. That would be, I kind of miss those days. I mean, that's how wife and I kind of, well, I met her at the junkyard. And if I wasn't working at the junkyard to get the parts for the race car, I probably would have never met her. So, racing kind of brought us together. And I know the one girl that was always with us at the races, you know, you always got the one that you're always chasing, but she never gives you the time of the day. And wife, I took her with me to the races that night. We were just starting to date, and I was sitting on the tailgate. The wife was standing behind me. And, yeah, Matt, tires are not cheap. That's why I haven't replaced tires on my truck. And all I know is the girl I wanted to go with, she come running up and give me the big old bear hug, and I'm like, you just felt her melt and slide back off, and she kind of hung her head, and I'm like, what's wrong? She said, I'll talk to you later, and she took off, and I looked at her, I said, what'd you do? She said, I didn't do nothing. Yeah, it was kind of funny. Heck, and actually, the wife and I hadn't really even gone out. I mean, she just come to the races that night. Yeah. It's going on we're 23 years later, still with her. It's hard to believe 23 years have gone by. It's believe how, heck, we're already in the February. I'm thinking, oh, come on, warm weather get here. Next thing we're going to be, it's going to be, oh crap, we're running out of warm weather time. So, and plus on top of this all, with the motors, the guy has got back to me about the sawmill operation. I'm like, oh boy. So we're going to, yeah, 23 years together, Tom. So yeah, now I'm still trying to figure. I told the guy right now we might. He said he knows where there's some poles. We might get some old telephone poles and build a new shop out of telephone poles and tin it. I mean, for a welding shop, that's all you could. Okay, Rod, you got any more questions, come back and ask me, and thank you again for that donation. Thank you. You have a good week. So we'll just do a homemade pole barn style build, and that's what we'll use. I know if I'm going to keep going, I am going to, I'm thinking about adding on to these side here. You're up. All right, Rod. And I want to get an actual clean room for assembly. Might have an airlock in between the rooms, so when you go in, you can either change clothes or whatever, or change shoes, just so you can have an actual true clean room to put these motors together in. But that's, compared to when I was building them years ago and didn't have trouble with what I got now, this is 900 times better than that was. Yeah, Paul, I'm tired of sitting around being bored. I'm tired of sitting around. That's what's really got me going. I'm just tired of sitting around. I can't handle it anymore. I can't stand playing a computer game. And now I'm getting to the point where I'm having a hard time, other than making the videos and doing that, I'm actually starting to have a hard time even going and watching videos anymore, because I want to be in here working. I'm hitting that stage where I don't want to sit around anymore. I want to do something. I want to continue grasping for what I got out there. Matthew Johnson. The old 307 Chevys? Yep. I had a kid, and he said if I built a couple of those 307 Chevys, and boy, did they run hard. They're kind of like the 305s. The 305s got a bad rap because GM screwed up and put soft camshafts in them. Gave the 305s a bad rap. And may he rest in peace, the friend that died on the 31st, he had a 305. He watched me build it, and we put it in his car. If I wouldn't have built it, I would have swore that thing was a 350, not a 305. I mean, the 307 is basically a 327, just missing 20 cubic inches. But the 305 and the 307 and 283, what you had to watch out for is you couldn't put the big valves on them, because the valve, if you did put the big valve heads on them, you couldn't run much cam, because if you opened it too far, it would catch the cylinder wall, bend the intake valves. So that's what the problem with those motors were. So you watch the cam size and the head valve size you put on them. You can make a pretty good running little motor out of those things. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to tell you. Once the weather warms up, that'd be cool, Paul. Thank you. That would be fun, and that's would. I might possibly have a 2007 Denali coming in. We're going to have to change. I don't know if we're going to be able to save the 6.2 motor that's in it, or if we're going to have to find them another one. We're kind of hoping when the weather warms up and we restart it again, the noises go away. But if the noises don't go away, the bottom end is out of that motor. Yeah. I've heard demo cars that sounded better. I actually bought a demo car, pulled the motor out, and it was good. Put it in the car, drove it, and sold it. It was better than what this one. So, yeah, I've got another motor build for a customer car coming in. So, yeah, I almost need a couple of stalls on this building. And I could work on motors at night and work on the cars during the day. So I'm getting, like I said, I'm getting to where I'm staying up till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and getting up 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm just not able to sleep, which is okay. I don't mind that. That's how I've always been up until my weight and health issues. I'm kind of getting back to the old me again, and I'd like to do that. I know I can't do like I used to. I mean, one night we pulled the motor out of the race car, had it on the engine stand, had it tore down, and knew that we needed another motor in 15 minutes. So after I knew that motor was not salvageable, I went in the shop, picked up a block. Yep, we got pistons, we got this, we got that. And that was at 1 o'clock in the morning. And by 7 a.m., that motor was together and ready to go back outside and get put in the race car. And by noon, we had it in the car and running, and we went racing with it that next night. So, and I didn't sleep. But I can't do that anymore. Love to, but something about getting older. You do slow down. Even though you don't want to, you do slow down. So, and I wish I would have had a video camera back in the day when we did all that stuff. I mean, there's stuff that I've done that I can't even really believe, but I did it. Wonder what was on those packages. Ever since I touched them, my hands itched. Some of this stuff's been sitting around for a while. Some of it hadn't, and so yeah. But if all the builds come through, we were up to 9 builds, and if I get the build in my own personal stuff, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, if that works out, we're heading for an 18 motor build year. If everything works out. No more Fords. I'm still waiting to hear back if that Ford 4.0 is going to get rebuilt. I should have crack checked it, but since they weren't losing the antifreeze and that, I didn't. When take it up to the machine shop, he's like, We're not going to do much to that, he says, because about every 4.0 that comes in here has been broke. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. So, depending on if we get the snowstorm like they're talking on that, and if I got everything ready to go. Yeah, James, I'm getting to where I'm going to need, because that's where I run into. Like, I almost need somebody. I could call the machine shop, tell them what to do, and then have somebody else do my running and take the parts up and deliver them for me, so I could stay here and keep doing what I need to. Yeah, that's a Ford for you. Yeah. And yeah, and that's where I wish my son-in-law to be. We need to take my son-in-law and my daughter and get them surgically separated. I love the kids, but they drive me nuts because it's like my daughter's afraid to let me be alone with him, and he's like afraid to let her go do her. I mean, I told him he doesn't have to be a rocket scientist. He told me he's scared because he doesn't know what tools are. I'm like, you spend a couple weeks here, I will teach you what tools are, where they are, the shapes and that. I mean, otherwise, if he doesn't learn, I'll just play dodgeball, take crescent wrenches and start dodging or learn it. I mean, that's why I'm hoping I can stay alive long enough and stay in Mason's life, and well, even Lily. There's nothing wrong with a female mechanic or technician. Both the grandkids, if they would take after Grandpa and want to get into this stuff, I would teach them. I have no problem teaching either or. It'll be fun. It ain't going to hurt nothing. No, it ain't. Carolina, how you doing, buddy? Long time no see. I've been seeing your videos and that, and seeing you started making comments again. So, I'm glad you're healing up. I know a couple in here have been asking about you, buddy. You've been mess. Yep. I'm getting busy. We got, like I said, I'm about a 1920 motor build year. Okay, that means some of these motors, ooh, jeepers. That means some of these motors, I'm going to have to be building 2 or 3 of them a week to keep up with these guys. Wow. Kick out 2 to 3 motors a week, that would be a blast. I might have to rig up some quick change motor mounts for this test stand. Oh, because this one motor that everyone's doing pretty good. We got 22 people in here, so there's a lot of people in here. Ironman. Jesus, Carolina, man, my brain's getting twisted. I need to find I guess I need to find a software program. Actually, I do have some of that stuff where I could print out engine builds and have detailed records, and yeah, I need to make those motor mounts to where they slide the pin through and snap a snap ring on them. Quick change them. It's not winter time, it's springtime now. I am definitely ready for spring. But yeah, I mean, we've got tons of stuff going on. And then I got some more driving. I got a few more parts to order and a few more parts to go get. So I've got another day of driving. Hey, the man who refused to die. How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Yep, I know I'm kind of doing a late show, but as I said at the beginning, it's been a long, long day. The wife and I don't know. Every time the wife and I take off, it's always an all-day affair. I mean, and when we were at the one place picking up parts, she looked at the clock and she goes, "We were there that long?" And I looked at it and I'm like, "Oh wow." It didn't. I think it was closer to 2.5 hours. She was trying to say 3.5 hours, but I think yeah, it did. It felt like we were only there 20, 30 minutes, and 2.5 hours later, we were walking out with parts, and he was happy, I was happy, and the guy I'm building the motor for, he was happy. So it's just been great. And then I even got to see some friends I ain't seen in 2 years. So tonight, I mean, it's just been great. And then the wife goes, "Why's your truck flashing? Change your engine oil." I said, "So many miles we've put on lately." She goes, "Well, you drive a lot." When you're wheeling and dealing and chasing that almighty dollar and trying to get stuff done, yeah, rack up some miles. So, what do you do? So, 3 motors a week. Yeah, I need some motor. I need to finish my other 2 motor stands. And then I got that too. Got a friend that just, I might have to talk to him. That might be something. I get rigged up. What, baby? That's cat. That's the name that he seemed to answer to, so that's what got stuck. Call him Babes. Maybe that's what I'm going to have to do to help get these engine stands built and a couple more test stands built. Maybe I'll have to talk to that buddy and say, "Hey, I'm getting too much to do," and maybe get him down here and tell him what he needs to do and let him loose on it, because that guy, you give him a project, you tell him what you want done, how you want it done, and you walk away and forget it. The next thing you know, he's got it done. So that'd be okay. That'd be great. Yeah, and this is the other thing. It's got to get warm. I'm ready for a haircut. Not that there's much left. Holy moly. Yeah, there's not much left up there, is there? And I'll try this too. Now that I got that, it's a tower I had at the house. Some miles on your couch, it broke. Well, that's not good. I'm going to try doing a live stream. Well, I can't. I got to get a camera for that computer. That's why I haven't tried doing the live stream. I got to, since it's a tower, I need a camera and a mic so I can try picking up a live stream from that. So I guess that's something I'll have to pick up this week or next week before I can test that out. Get that to where I know I can do a live stream with a real computer, and like I said, I'll pick a wall, clear a spot, find an old flat screen TV that can be hooked up to a computer, and that way I wouldn't have to keep touching the screen to see. I'm not giving in until it's warm. I'm tired of being cold, Mike. Tired. Oil change and tire rotation on the couch. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's getting pretty serious when you got to start doing your tire rotations. Gas in the couch don't help. Oh, no. So, yeah. Got some that's what I was saying. I got that all Corvette block, and I found out with these LS motors, just because it was a 350 in its beginning life, I can put 5.3 guts in it, and I got thinking, built the all aluminum 5.3 for my daily driver. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? and find a turbo or something to put on it, and no, it's just blows. Chairs ain't made noises in a while, and that was the chair. Honestly, it wasn't me. I think they made a song about that. It wasn't me. Oh man. Oh. The Ford might be a boat anchor. You got in here playing. That Ford motor might be a boat anchor. So I'm kind of hoping if I see the machine shop calls me tomorrow, hopefully he's telling me it's good and not broken. That's awful. Oh, what's the weather say? Expect snow on Monday in Odebolt. Yeah. School's already freaking out. They're already canceling stuff. Put a 4.6 in the rain. Actually, really scary him. Put the 454 in that Ranger to break it in for the guy. He fired that up. That ain't no 6-cylinder. Nope. It'll eat 6 cylinders, but it ain't no 6-cylinder. Oh, like I said, there's 2 more motors. I just thought if the guy gets them here, or when he gets them here, there's 2 more. So, yeah. We're heading for 22 to 25 motor builds this year already. That don't include the other stuff yet. Wow. Yep. It's getting to the point where I'm going to either have to grab the son-in-law to be and say, hey, you're coming with me. You know where to go. You just take this here, and wow. That'd be a good year. Over 20 motors built this year. That'd be a good thing this year. That don't include the 2 that I got sitting waiting to be sold. Interesting. Ain't that amazing how everything's just multiplying so fast? I mean, going from here to there to there doing 1 or so. And now we're heading for over 20 motors to put together this year. Hope you're up for it, Engine Stand. If I do turn that block into a 5.3, I don't have the stuff to put that on the stand. That one will have to go in the vehicle and be started. Which that's no big deal either. Done that before. Let's see, what else we got? Man, the furnace shut off, didn't it? Got quiet. That's good. So yeah, I guess I got a block to dig out. That's going to be tomorrow. Digging out, lining up parts, get them loaded up to go to the machine shop. Yep, we definitely need Mama Bear out here. She's going to have to start building motors. We're going to kick out 3 to 4 motors a week. She's got to get out here too. So, yep. So what else everybody else got going on? I mean, that's where I wish I had this set up to where it ain't just me talking. We could have a panel of people. I notice not many people are doing that, so I don't know if it just don't work as good or what, but I got to do some. Where'd the heck that go? Where'd it go? Why? Well, okay. Really? Alright, I think the cat ate it. If he did, no wonder he's acting goofy. Or maybe that's what fell earlier. Nope, that's not what fell either. I had some low. I see my hands are turning white again and cracking. And I had some lotion right here. And now it's gone. And oh, speaking of that, yeah, when we went to unload the motor yesterday, I'm the only one out here working. And I can't find my lift chain for the cherry picker. Had the metal straps. Chevy 302 versus 302. That'd be interesting. Hi, Gary. I didn't see you. No, okay. Now I'm getting messages. Yeah, I'm trying to get my hand. Holy, holy moly, Carolina, man. Wow. That's, nah, I won't even go into that, but, yeah, I'm trying to get my hands on some, large journal 283 cranks. Because they're the same stroke as a 302 Chevy crank. And, I want to get 2 or 3 of those. He must have made, Carolina, he must have needed to make his monthly payment on his BMW. Hey, Randall, how you doing? That's what I want to. I'm trying to remember the last motor I lifted. And I thought it was this 454. And that was my junk crank. Good thing I missed my damn toe, too. I thought I lifted that 454. Then I thought I had the chain hanging on the cherry picker, and it's not there. And it's not on the 454 either. I don't know how, being alone in this shop, how I lose so much stuff some days. Okay, I don't care about that. More like a Benz, yeah. Yeah, my lift chain has up and disappeared. And nope, not. Nope, it is not there. Huh. Well, how do I? No, I didn't even use it on that. Yeah, this is driving me nuts that I have misplaced. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Okay, Judy, sorry I didn't mean. Didn't see you go there. If you have a good one. You have it, Chuck? Okay, well, that explains it then. I'll quit looking for it. I mean, it ain't even hanging over there on my one bench with the other chains. It's not on the back of that engine stand. Not over there. I'm kind of hoping. Hey, Mr. Ken Martin, how you doing? I've got this fear. I might have left it laying on the tailgate. Uh-oh. You know, I come home. Oh, wait a second. Really? Yo! I didn't leave it on the tailgate. It'd been a snake, I'd be dead. Ha! I'd be dead. on the floor behind the engine stand, right over there. Really? Now it's on the floor by the cherry picker. Okay, it's found. I was starting to think I screwed up and left it on the tailgate and lost it. Couldn't find it to save my butt yesterday. I looked for about a half hour after they left last night. I couldn't find it. Yeah, years ago when we started moving off the farm, I had somebody come over and do a little shopping. It's pretty bad when your cousins do that to you. But, yeah. Cousin come over and told my dad one day I had a bunch of his chains. And I went to go get my chains. I'm like, where's my chains? Whoa. So-and-so said they were theirs. I was like, Dad, those were our chains. Well, it had the same paint on the hooks. I'm like, oh, he didn't. So, yeah. Yeah, my dad let my cousin take a bunch of chains because he thought they were, yeah. That's okay. My dad gave away a car one time on me. I lost a 76 Monte Carlo. I had the car buried in the shed because the kid still owed me money on it. And I don't know how he knew I was gone, but he come out and talked to my dad, got my dad convinced it was paid and taken care of. So Dad moved the stuff out of the way, let him out, and I got home, and I'm like, why is the one that I had blocking sitting outside? Well, so-and-so. Oh, my dad felt real bad. He said, well, he told me everything. I said, it wasn't, Dad. So, yep. My dad gave away a car on me once. Tracked the kid down. I ain't seen him in about 27 years. He never did come back. So, a lot of interesting things growing up. Nah, I ain't going to talk about that one. That was kind of freaky. But, hey, you want to really mess with somebody? You go to somebody who's got a set of cam bearings. You want to mess them up? See, it's got the numbers. Now, I don't know how GM did that, but the cam bearings, unless somebody's lying down the bore, you can't calm down. It's quiet. They got specific bearings fit specific holes. You want to mess up somebody? Go rip that box off. Rip that off the box. Unless they use that brand a lot, I'm gonna have a hard time knowing which bearing goes where. There's a kid that like pulling stuff like that on me. But, and it seems like some people want the 383 stuff in these motors. Some people don't want them. It's kind of like sliding all back to being 350 stuff. And after reading the rules for the said class for this motor, I'm like, okay. I can see why they are, because they're really limited. I give them an extra bolt, like when the bank teller ain't looking and you slide 2 pennies into their drawer. Yeah, that would... You want to screw up a bank teller's day when they ain't looking, drop 2 pennies in their drawer. Yeah, that'll mess them up. They can't be long. They can't be short. Yeah. That would not be cool at all. It's bad enough when I get done and there's extra bolts. Like one of the students at the college I went to, they had extra bolts one day, and before you're like, oh, he's got to be joking. And he's like, well, there's a few extra bolts, and somebody smarts off. They go, put a Mars bar in it. They said, well, it goes to the car. They got to go somewhere. Kid looked around. He took the radiator cap off and dumped the bolts into the radiator and put the cap on. Well, there you go. That's where they go. Needless to say, that kid flunked out of school. Yes. The instructor's like, "Where's those bolts?" "They're over there with the car." Yeah, somebody told the instructor, "Well, we seen him take the radiator cap off and proceed to stuff the bolts in the radiator." Huh? Oops. Not good, not good. Yeah, we could do that too. Yeah. I'm just thinking here. I'm thinking out loud. Reduces weight, saves gas. Hey, one of the motors that TL built, Mama Bear built, on the valve covers for the race car, we wrote, "Extra parts are in the oil pan." Well, the guy that claimed that motor didn't think that was funny at all. What are you writing crap like that on the motor for? It's a funny, and we didn't expect it to get claimed. And the guy thought he was getting some big 406 because a buddy of ours went running around saying we were running the 406. And when the motor come up out of the car, he goes, "That ain't no 406. Yeah. I said, "No, it's not, buddy." Yep. I tell you, when you're around racing and that, you'll find all sorts of stuff that happens. Some of it don't make any sense, and some of it's just like, uh-oh. But how are we doing on time? I'm like, oh, holy moly, it's 11 o'clock. Wow. Oh, no snow yet. You're funny, Derek. You're funny. You got 4 inches, kid? I suppose we're going to get snow. That's not good. Derek, you're... Well, I just rounded it up to 11 o'clock, Carolina. I don't... Yeah, we're at, let's see if it's dropped since I've been here. It dropped. We're at 0 degrees. Which, I don't know why this 0 degrees was different than the 0 degrees and lower before. Because that furnace wouldn't shut off, and that's actually shut off. Oh. It's 5 a.m. in the UK. Holy moly! Wow. How's tomorrow looking for us today? Yeah, that live stream last night, that went over pretty good. And like I said, I kind of like doing this because there is no editing, there's no converting, there's no waiting to upload it. It's done, and right now, and if you guys come in, it's up later to be published. I just got to remember to go back and monetize them. Ain't this crazy? We're going around the world, around this marble, talking to anybody and everybody we can. That's just cool. That's oh, it's amazing how technology have actually brought a lot of us closer. I mean, there's friends I've got that I would have never ever had if it wasn't for the internet. It's kind of cool that way. Yeah, Derek, we get a good signal up there. Or they see the inside of your shop. They're thinking mine's full. Yeah. Oh, you found me on the 454 engine build. Oh, that's cool. I don't know which. Probably this one, or was it the one before? I know I've got a couple of those going on now, so. Or had a couple. Yeah, that's right. I was going to try my tower I got here, Carolina, and then I realized I need to get an external camera. The one before, yep. Yeah, Right now, as far as I know, that motor's just sitting in the guy's garage waiting for the car, which I know he hasn't done anything. You know how I know that? The car body's still here. Nothing's happened, so, which I kind of expected that. Oh, that's when you found me. Okay, Chop Shop's old motor build, Mike. Ah, the 400 Chevy. Okay, yep. Which we're finally going to get on. Um, they're coming up a little later than what I wanted, and I realized some of those I thought I was going to do 2 years ago. Yes, and he just uploaded on Facebook a video with him hauling a vehicle. I don't know what camera put it in that motor. I thought it was just a stock replacement, but it sure don't sound like a stock replacement. So he got a pretty good deal on that motor. He happy with it. I ain't never heard a complaint from him about it. Nothing. So it's doing good. Trip over. That again. Move that there. So yeah. I mean, I'm kind of running about 2 to 3 years behind from where I want to be. Okay. What was it? Come on. The 3D computer man. So, if you're driving on the street, yes, you definitely got to drill the steam holes in the heads. And for me, I even drilled the steam holes when I was running them on the dirt track. Because it's a Siamese cylinder, it's a hot spot, and that may have been what happened to this old 406 here. Who knows? I don't know the history on it or anything. Oh, you taking off, Kurt? Good night. Thanks for coming by. So, for me, I'd go ahead and drill the steam holes into the heads. Just to know that you're not going to have a problem. If you were drag racing it, then you could get by without the steam holes because it's not going to run that long at times. But, yep, I had the steam holes. I don't take a chance. Yeah. It's a good practice to put them in because it's just a hot spot. And you get a hot spot in metal, and then you get that. Even though that water's still 200 degrees, say that hot spot's 400 degrees, you still could break that spot in the block. So, yes, I definitely would put the steam holes in. It's not too bad to do. Just got to have either a good drill press and a good stand or a good steady hand, or go ahead and take it to the machine shop and let them at them. It's well worth it. Yeah, if you don't have the steam holes, the head gaskets just don't last as long. And depending on what kind of gas you're running and that, I mean, yeah, you're going to get some internal temperatures that are pretty darn hot. So, not really worth the risk. Kind of hit the blank spot there for a second. Oh. Yeah, the shop we were at earlier, I thought I had, okay, now I'm looking around, there was a few more parts I could have used that, like, crud. Oh, you're having trouble, Danny? That's no fun. Yeah. And, well, that's another motor I'm going to dig out now, too. Is that 400, that's, rough bored to 30 over. I finally got a set of pistons that's going to fit that. I hope so, Danny. I so far the internet since I talked to him Friday at the house is doing better. Still not as good as this out here, but it is. I tested it the other day. I had both laptops playing a YouTube video, two different videos, and neither one of them lagged. I haven't been able to do that for 2 years at the house. And a friend of mine finally come on, and I tested Skype from the house, and Skype finally worked. So their claim is the only thing that they changed is they gave us a new wireless router. Whether or not that's the only problem, because they swear up and down they didn't do anything up at the office, but it's working. Wife's happy. She's not complaining about it, so I finally did something right this year. Maybe that's why it's and I've talked about it before. I've been seeing these numbers like 44 or 444 or 111 or 1111, 1212. I've referred to those angel numbers. I've been paying attention to them, and then when I can't remember what it is, I look it up. And what I'm thinking and what my thoughts are and the paths I'm trying to choose. Yeah, Mama's happy. Everybody's happy. They're starting to coincide with what's taking place. I mean, I got people talking about now sending me motors to start working on. I'm like, cool. We're finally getting there. The only thing is, I wish Dad would have taken better care of the buildings on the farm, because then I wouldn't have any storage problems. The old shop that's out here, that's still standing, that looks like a house, it gets warm. I'm really thinking about taking and turning off the old siding and all the rotten boards. Since our county is now zoned, it will be cheaper for me to redo that building and then try going through and getting the permits and everything to revamp it. So I might get that going, get that sealed up, cleaned up, and maybe that's where I'll start assembling motors now. Did you get the Connex? Well, I was going to cut the internet at the house, but all of a sudden, when I went to pay it the other day, it wasn't as much as what it was supposed to be, so I don't know. I'm just going to kind of, let's see. And actually, maybe, since Squirrel still needs it for school, I don't know. Trying to keep Mama happy. Now it's working and she's happy and her tablet works, so yeah, I didn't question them. They told me the amount and it was a lot less than what I was supposed to pay, so I'm like, okay, I'll just see what next month's bill is. If it went down or is down, then I'll be okay. Yeah. And like I said, the other plan that is to be living out here on the farm by the end of this year. Is with the thing. No. And that was another plan I was thinking. I'm like thinking, I've got the land here. If they're having trouble getting into town, I was about ready to approach them and say, hey, what if you guys built a tower here? Mm-hmm. Lease them some land and get the internet to where they could shoot it in the town, and yeah. Is where okay from where the tower is I'm bouncing off right now, it's 8.3 miles away. So if you go as the crow flies to get it into town, if we were on the east side of town where there's no trees, we probably could get it and be okay. And as the bird flies, that puts it 12 to 15 miles away from the tower. But they said the problem is getting around the buildings, around the trees, and all that. And where we live, we got some pretty darn tall trees. Don't know how the people with satellite are getting their TVs to work, but yeah. So as of right now, they can't get it to beam in the town real good. The town, 2 towns over, they've got it, and it's working fine. But our town is kind of being a pain in the butt to get anything other than what we got. But after I told them I had a different internet provider out here, boy, they changed their tune. So, But like I said, if Mama Bear and I get to do what we want, we're going to be living here on the farm here this year. Might be in a trailer house, but it's still a roof, and it means if we're here, then we can start saving up some more and get the lumber, start buying up the lumber and get ready to finish digging the hole for the house and build the main house. Yeah, I don't understand why they have so much trouble, because when we did the Skype or did the live shows from home, we kept having bad connection, or some of you thought it was because the whole system was getting loaded because everybody was watching Netflix and the football and all that. Well, they're saying they got they call it a pipe going to the internet provider. They said if everybody was on the internet at the same time, they still wouldn't bog it down. I'm like, well, then why does it not work? So, yeah, I know. I don't know if I could get another cell phone company, because right now there's a cell phone tower a mile away, and what's stupid is my phone don't use that tower, and the internet provider here said they can't hook up with them for some reason. So I don't know. I think that used to be a U.S. cellular tower. That's what this stupid thing is. But I don't know if it's a U.S. cellular tower anymore. I think it got sold off, and now. So. And there for a while we had people coming around contacting people about putting up the windmills. Found out what our county did. Our county has put in an ordinance now to where they're not going to allow the windmills into our county. I'm like, man, that would have been free money. Some of these people are getting yeah, I know they would pay to use the land and that. Some of the people that have those windmills are getting paid $15,000 a year per windmill that's on their property. I'm like, oh, can you squeeze two here? I could handle 30 grand a year. That would be nice. But, yep, now, because everybody's like, hey, did they contact you yet? And I'm like, no. Well, then I finally heard, yep, they stopped them. They're not letting them come into our county. And where they got the windmills in the county over, some people are now saying they're having issue, or they have now got a new name for it. There's a new syndrome from living near these windmills. I'm like, oh, so, and I don't understand how that works there too, because they say the electricity we make here doesn't stay here; it's going to the East Coast. I'm like, how do they know the electricity that's here go through all those lines all the way instantly out to the East Coast? So, I don't know. I really don't know where they're going. Yep. The new rival that's coming back is solar panels. Solar panels around here are starting to pop up. Yeah, we've looked into those personal windmills. Eesh. I would need about 100 motors a week going out a week here to justify paying for a windmill. They're not cheap. And I got thinking, I when I was in middle school, I was exploring. I did science fair projects on solar stuff and that, and there was one little solar panel I made. We actually used it. Dad used it, put it up to the house, and we used it. And it got hot. It really. So I guess I should have kept digging into that and developed some more. Yep, they're starting to pop up around here because our REC says they're trying to save us money. Yeah, I don't think so. See, I don't know if I keep growing the shop and I start putting in these bigger machines. I don't know if I could have a generator, the size generator I would need to run these machines. and keep the heat and all that going on out here. I don't know how that would all work. I know a farmer, and I would like to go back in time to the high school when I was in the library. It was in the old farm journal that used to be published. There was a farmer out in the middle of nowhere that couldn't get power lines to him. He wanted his farm there. He built a building in, I don't know if it was car batteries back then. I don't know if the marine batteries existed back then or not. But he built this building and put X amount of batteries in there. And that's what he ran his entire farm off. He welded with it and done all the farm stuff and never had an electric bill in his life. So, and then you get towns passing laws against it and not letting you have living off the land instead of being hooked up to a municipal utility. You know, things are crazy when it's illegal to catch rainwater and use it for yourself. Have never figured that one out. It is what it is. I guess it ain't illegal until they catch you, right? I know they don't want mosquito population and that. But you keep them covered and that, catch the rainwater, keep it covered and keep it good, then you ain't going to have a problem with it. So yeah, I guess in the upcoming weeks here, we're going to have some live engine builds and teardowns, and well, not really teardowns because the next few things that are coming in are already going to be tore down. These big hamster wheels. Hey, that might be an idea. Get a squirrel cage. Has a rain tax. A rain tax. Well, I would be praying for no rain then right now, I guess. Holy moly. Just when you think you've heard it all, something else. Oh wow. Wow. I better not say the next item, otherwise they might say, hey, that's a good idea. Heck with it. I'm surprised they don't charge you for smoky burnouts. Oh, man. Yep. And as I've said, it always comes back down to it. It's how can they get the money without doing anything? I mean, yeah. It's crazy. It is crazy. The square foot of your roof. I might figure out how to do a teepee. 1 foot square. There you go. Holy moly. Wow. Oh boy. Then see, we had a governor here that years ago, when he was here, our state had a surplus. Then the next guy come in, it went down, broke. Didn't have pot to do anything in. Well, he got reelected. We had a surplus again. Well, he got on the President Trump, so he's over in Japan now. Something to do with agriculture or something. Oh, God, I can't even think of it. So we had to get a new governor again. Now she's saying the state's broke. She ain't even been in there 6 months, and the surplus he had is gone. State broke again. Really? Well, now smoky burnouts, they're free. Just as long as you ain't got a cop around. Speaking of smoky burnouts, the old silage pit, that's the floor of this old silage pit's buried over there. I wasn't going to pay to have that dug up. Actually, the plan was someday is dig the dirt up and then build on top of that slab because Dad put in a 8 to well, how thick was that? Or was that 12 to 15 inch thick concrete floor for the silage pit? So there's a pretty stout floor that I could dig down and so I had an old car. We're getting ready to pull the motor out. Car had been wrecked. I thought, well, let's give her one old Malibu Classic. It's about a 76, 77. Let's give her a good old smoky burnout before we take the motor out. And I lit the thing up in the pit. Sat there and the smoke's just filling in because the three walls were still there. Smoke's filling up in there, and the way the wind was blowing, I didn't think nothing of it. Next thing I hear is over the car and the tire smoke and that, I hear, Rodney Vern! I'm like, oh, that was Mom. What's she mad about? I look up, I couldn't see the farmhouse. All the smoke come up out of the silage pit, come up to where the farmhouse used to be. I smoked her out of the house. Oh, my mom was hot. So, yeah. She was not a happy camper that day. I think towards the end of her life, she couldn't even be in the house when they delivered the diesel fuel for the old fuel oil. The day that she had to know when the diesel fuel was going to be delivered so she could get out of there because diesel fuel started making my mom sick towards the end of her life. So don't know what that was about. Doctors couldn't figure that out. Didn't make any sense. Smoking the boss out of the office, yeah. I wasn't drinking nothing. I was just... Actually, back then, I didn't even drink anything. It's crazy. Hey, Mike, we're hitting for our 2-hour mark already. It's hard to believe. When I start these, I thought, I'll just... Boomer's Farm Wine. Told the wife, I'll just go out there for a little while, and that. Here we are 2 hours later. Yeah, Dr. Pepper, that's what I was drinking back then. Holy moly. Way too much of it, too. I ain't got no shine out here. Just found out. Well, we got the ethanol plant. Just found out another. Now, they said they put stuff in that ethanol to make it very unsafe to drink. Well, either he was getting his hands on it. I love a cold Dr. Pepper. Actually, I've been drinking the water. This last week I kind of slipped. I had about 4 or 5 pops this last week. That was bad. And now I'm back down the water. Damn, what was I saying? I hate when I do that. Oh, the guy got... You're like, water. The guy got busted. He was hired in the kite because he was drinking 200 proof alcohol. Moonshine. Yeah, the ethanol that's being produced over here is 200 proof. Uncle Jesse would be proud of that one. Yeah. I'm surprised the guy drinking 200 proof, I'm surprised he was even walking out of there alive. Yeah. So he got canned because he got busted drinking it. I tell you, when you drive past there, on some days, that stuff, I could see why people could get drawn into that. It had, for me, that sweet smell of that corn, that could draw me in. But, whew, thinking, how can you... Then again, I had a cousin. I had a cousin one time. He was so desperate for alcohol. I thought he was goofing. He got mad. He was special. Whoa, Ken, what the heck did you do? He's got so desperate for alcohol one day, he went and grabbed a cup out of the house, come out, walked up to the push mower, and he's like, I want to drink this. I'm like, oh, no, you're not. And by God, he took the gas tank lid off, tipped that push mower up, put the gas in there, and drank it. I'm like, dude. Oh, he was goofier than a $2 fiddle after that. He come out and he seen Dad. And that's what my dad told me when he was in the service. He said they used to trade 5 gallons of gasoline to the Russians for their liquor. Our guys would take the liquor and drink it, and the Russians were drinking the gasoline. Or the Germans were drinking the gasoline. I'm like, wow. Oh, bad tooth. Yeah, that would do it. Yeah, it's hard to believe, it's been, that's going, okay, it's been a year since the kidney stones have gone away. Yes. Well, with help with the doctor. And it's going on 4 years ago since I had bad teeth removed. And I know what it's bad. Yeah, my cousin. If they call it voodoo gas, yeah. Daniel, he was a goofy. He wasn't supposed to live past 10, and I think he was the oldest living person with cystic fibrosis. And he was doing good, and I finally found out years later what happened to him. He went down to see his mom, and they thought, well, we got to go. You got to get your shots. And he's like, yeah. And I found out the nurse gave him the wrong injection and killed him. And his mom didn't do anything about it because she was a nurse that worked with the nurse. And he was getting bad, but that was sad. That was not the way for him to go. So, and yeah. But he would if he got into a fit where he wanted his alcohol, he was going to find it one way or another. And we told his mom and dad about him drinking the gasoline out of the lawnmower. He didn't do that again. He was I miss him. If he was still here, I'd have a helper. He'd be out here, right here, doing everything with me. We got to get Roger coming back. I think Roger kind of got scared with this weather. I've talked to Roger on Facebook and that. I think the snow has had him scared this year because I guess last year he went mouthwash. Oh, yeah. Well, here a few years ago, they had to limit the amount of mouthwash old people were buying. When their money really got tight with Obama and that, people were going to buying the mouthwash and drinking it straight because of the alcohol in it. I'm like, jeez, come on, people. Nothing like having peppermint and smelly air freshener coming out your butt while you're going to the bathroom while you're sitting there. Okay. I'm like, really? Yeah, at least it wasn't Tide Pods. Ay. Yeah. At least it was. Humanity with this generation eating Tide Pods, there could become a void in ay. Luckily, nobody around here's done that. That I know of. I haven't heard if it has happened around here. They've kept that hush-hush. So. But yeah, for some of you that got in late, tomorrow I want to test this out. And like I said, even though it's not in the correct box and not even labeled correctly, it says it's a 1/2 inch and it's only a 3/8. So Might be some tool giveaways coming up again. See if we can have a better response this time. Well, we had a good response last time. And just a little trouble getting everything delivered to where it was supposed to be. But it got there. Actually, I need to get a hold of that guy, see how he's doing. I haven't heard anything out of him. It's amazing how your brain just kind of floats from one item to another. Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah, well, I guess he comes down this week. I'll ask him about that. Got some heads here that... There's one head I actually think I'm going to take outside that I crack checked on one of the videos that's almost completely split in two. Oh, that's the refrigerator. I think I'm going to actually take it outside, drop it on the concrete outside, and see if it snaps the rest of the way. It can't be held together by much. When I put the powder to that and it went, whoa, okay, that's not good. That's a boat anchor. Rubbing alcohol and lighter fluid? I've gotten lighter fluid on my tongue when filling up the old flip lighters. Oh my God. Oh. That's about as bad as chewing on aluminum foil. I'm about there with you too, Ken. Oh man, that's oh, oh man. Oh. What? No. Oh Lord, that's bad. That's bad. That's crazy. Oh. Yep, I finally got some of the stuff boxed up and put away up on the shelves. Gaining a little floor space and getting everything organized and gallon of Granddad. Oh, hopefully he didn't smoke at the same time. Ooh, could you imagine the backdraft on that one? Oh, holy moly. Wow. Wow, that would not be good. Smoked cools. Here he's drinking everything that's flammable, and you hear guys siphoning car ass from one car to the next, and they light their cigarette, and it was, yeah, the last, they had their smoking hot body when they went out. But, wow. And, you know, that's just what I found out, too. The fact that I've been putting my engine builds up on YouTube and doing what I've done. Oh, that'd just be like a rocket taking off. And doing what I have done on YouTube with the videos and that's what led to these motor builds coming in. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. Just takes time to get it all to go. And it's finally falling into shape. So yeah, I guess they are in the South. That wouldn't. I guess I'm gonna have to break down and get the starter fixed on the old H, so motors start getting shipped here, and they're shipped here by truck. I'll be able to slide them off into the H and get them out of there and put them in the shop. Otherwise, I guess when it gets time to have a motor sent in here, I guess got a business in town that could ship it there, and then they could forklift it into my pickup for me. One way or another, we'll get it in here. wow, this is like I said, it's been a great day. Great last 2 weekends. It's just, and I've washed a lot of stuff through that hot tank, and which helps it stay warm in here. Which this summer is going to be a pain, but I got the wife did buy me a screen, and this summer I don't know why I didn't put it up this year. Walked in with a pair of jumper cables. What the heck? No, I don't know what the bartender said. uh, oh yeah, hey Ken, when was that swap meet coming up? If you're still here, that's in March or April. Don't be starting anything. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, I know it's getting late. Oh, I got thinking. Well, I got to get a bunch of camshafts. I'm gonna have to sit down and do some figuring on camshafts and everything for these motors now. Got cam bearings and all that. I gotta get cam and lifters. Yeah. You always gotta keep thinking ahead and thinking ahead. Uh, let's see. Oh, still no snow yet. That's good. Kind of hoping it holds off. It's kind of been nice. Haven't had too much snow scooping this year. It helps me out a lot. 2 hours and 12 minutes, Mike. We're down to 15 people, which I guess it's getting late at night or early in the morning for some people. I mean, it was 5 a.m. a while ago. So, yep. 11:36 is still 2 degrees and not 0. But yeah, I got your bird sleeping. You found an SS with T-tops cheap on the cheap. You'll have to let me know. Message it to me on Facebook. I'll check that out. I can get one that's in better shape than the one I got. The 600. Oh, the big lift. Okay. 640 lift. Oh. What are you planning on? Is that for your big block or the 406? The 406, I think that's going to be interesting. But I bet you 640 lift, that's big block stuff, ain't it? Come on, tablet. Catch up. Yeah. So I got a better big block. Okay, that's what I thought. That'll, that'll, that'll. What kind of lobe separation or do you know right offhand? That'll give her a nice throaty sound. I can tell it's getting cold. I can feel the cold air creeping in. The cat is gone to sleep on us. I know the one night when I was out here sitting in the chair, that might be what ends up happening a few nights. Okay. Yeah, let me know. I know everybody thinks I'm crazy. I like to between the 112 and a 116 lobe separation. It really makes them. But man, that's the kind of separation you need to keep people from grabbing the $100 bill off the dash. All they hear is the seat springs under their back crush because they're going in them. So yeah, I get everything squared away. I'm gonna hopefully be building a duplicate of my old 377 here real soon. But I've still got the original cam that I used. It's been greased up. I'm gonna have to wash it up and check her over. But if it's got any damage, I can still get that cam duplicated yet today. I've already talked to the place that made it before, and it's still a doable grind. I'm like, cool, because it was a fun little motor, very fun. Now I'm going to hang out here for another 15-20 minutes. The 509 Jack of all trades. Oh, okay. 454 in the K5. That's going to be a fun one. Is that just a street truck or is it a mud bogger? Or rock crawler, as they call them, too. I guess I'm kind of getting onto the big block slate in life. When I was younger, and the guys that tried running the big blocks in the old circle track, they could never get through the corners because all that weight always wanted to go straight line. Never liked going through the curve, so I stayed away from them. Now I'm getting to mess with them older in life, and they're kind of fun to play with. Got that old 396 I want to get done up and go on, so no idea what I put it in. Everybody's telling me to stick it into the Camaro. That could be a good place for that to go. But, put it in the Ranger. Wife, she finally got to look at that, and she goes, well, that little S10 don't look bad. I said, you mean the Ranger? Oh, yeah, the Ranger. She goes, boy, that's a nice little looking truck. I said, yeah, that's the only reason we're fixing it is because there's no rot on it. There's no rust. There's nothing wrong. That's a nice little truck. So, oh, that's Motor 21. So, hey, now that's the kind of fun motors to have is the ones that rattle the neighbors up. Yeah, I'll have to give her a bad time about that. Don't give that Ford any extra credit. It's not no Chevy. Oh man. Yeah, it's very slow. It's so slow it's letting 115. Oh, that's going to have a nice sound of that big motor. That's going to be you fire that up, if you got any neighbors close, you'll be waking them up. That's for sure. Let's see how long the half-ton stuff will last. Oh, yeah, that could get a little interesting. Yeah. Romp on, and the next thing you know is you feel a thump under your feet. Better lift them. I had an old 75 GMC that I had. No, that was a Chevy. I don't know. Both same thing. I don't know how many times I busted that constant velocity joint they used to have there on the transfer case. I snapped a couple of those off, and boy, when that hits the floorboard, you thought you just dropped the whole dang transmission or something out of it. one spring thaw, my nephew and I, we had a whole bunch of tires in the back of the truck. I don't even remember what we were going to go do. And the day before, the road grader had graded the road. And there was a spot that got soft, and there was ruts. Well, it froze overnight. And not thinking, we were going down the road. And next thing my nephew and I know, we went through. I thought I missed the rut. The rut caught the one tire on the truck, turned us sideways, and we went down into the ditch. And I got her stopped, and the snow had the ice on it that held it. We're sitting there, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" My nephew was up against the windshield. I mean, the truck is standing dang near on its nose. Up against the windshield, he's like, "Wow!" He didn't even want to stay in the truck. He bailed out, and he went to step out, and where'd he go? He said, "I'm down here." I said, "There's no way I'm backing out." He said, "Well, drive forward." I drove through. I mean, we were at enough of an incline that a couple of the tires went up over the cab and landed out in front of us. And I drove down and threw them back in, and we got in, drove out of the field. And wow. I got a hold of the road grader guy. I said, "You need to fix that road because there was a rut that opened up." And well, he went back out there and graded it. Drive home on the front axle. Yep. Been there, done that too. I don't think you can do it with these new trucks. The old ones you could. And one night, a friend of mine forgot he had his truck in four-wheel high, and he was doing about 120. The next day, he's like, "Should not my transfer case sound like that?" I'm like, no. Yeah, they had to put a new transfer case in the truck. I said, "You need to remember to take it out of four-wheel high." Well, yeah. And I tell you, my old neighbor too. He's kind of getting excited about these engine builds coming up. He I thought I was going to give him a heart attack one day. I think it was when that 72 motor was here. Oh, speaking of that, had a little info passed on to me. Can you convert them to double humps? No. If they, well, here I got one I can show you on that. Oh, ouch! Yeah, if I don't break my legs through. Let's see. Hope you guys can't see. This is, let's see what you guys are seeing. You can put 202-16 valves in a double hump. But what makes it the double hump so special is right through here. It's the chamber shape. And right here is a problem on this head. Where's my finger? Oh, there it is. Right through there into the seat. And here by the spark plug, it's busted. You can put 202-16s into anything, but as trying to get the head compression up to match a double hump, no. You would have to start with a double hump head. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Wow, that actually ain't too bad. Oh, he's got plenty of extra parts for it too, don't he? A little dirty, but that's what they make shampoo for. Hey, between that one and the one I got, I could make a pretty good car out of that. So yeah, I've taken the Cetus. Come get it. Well, it was either the tightening of that, or it's because the well, yeah, that kind. Well, here, Danny, this is how hot the head was. Oh, let's see, get it up a little higher. See how black that is around the center? That's after I took a wire brush to it. That was black. And, ouch. You can see right there too. Right there. That's burnt black. That's how hot that was. That's not carbon. Oh. So yeah, that thing got very, very hot. So the crack there by the spark plug. Yeah, it was a hot head. Yeah, not as hot as that one that's almost cracked completely in two, though. So, and I've taken very hot. Yeah, I've taken 882 heads, the old smog heads, and I have put 202.16s in them. They worked pretty good, but you can't let the motor get hot at all, otherwise it's going to crack the heads. Heat is a bad thing. I don't drink Dr. Pepper anymore. I've had a sip of it here and there, and I'm like, oh man. Nothing like backing up to the sugar truck and taking a wig. The swig of it. What did I just say? I think I'm losing it. But, yeah. Ah, heck, I showed that. Let's see. Show you guys this. Here's the other good score today. You see how clean these things are? They're the high cathedral. Oops, sorry. The high cathedral ports. They're the 241 head. And these are what's supposed to come off a G6 Pontiac. The kid said the only reason, I mean, they're clean. Very clean. They said the only reason they took these heads off is because they wanted more, they went with more boost in the car. And according to him, they got the LS6 springs on there that are supposed to be good for 550 lift. So I'm like, okay. I swear those are lighter than my 5.3 heads that are same cathedral heads. So I don't know if these were actually a true good one or what, but they haven't been bolted. It looks like, according to the bolt holes, these things haven't been on an awful lot. No. And even, I know you got to watch it putting these those LS heads on. There was a batch of them. Once you torqued the head down, you broke it. Casting flaw design. So I got them for a dang decent price. So I guess if they are messed up, I'm not out much, which helps. Like I said, now that I know I don't have to go with a 350 crank and that aluminum block, now I can dig that out and build a nice all aluminum 5.3. If it wasn't for the steel crank in it, the dang thing probably only weigh 300 pounds. Wow. He cracked the head, heating up a broken... How hot did he get the head? Oh, man. See, this all aluminum motor, I could make it a carbureted, and I see they got that 6AL ignition system. that now Ellerbrock or whoever makes the intake. Uh, yeah, I guess I made the 240,000. I didn't think I was close, but I had a few minutes well, quite a few minutes to spare. Um, yep, I know it's getting late, and I'm starting to lose track. Starting to lose uh, train of thoughts. They're getting shoom shoom. Had the broken. Oh, okay. Wow. 20 years. Running on alcohol. Yeah, that would be fun with that motor. Nice light motor and uh, that'd almost be fun to put in the Camaro. It's all aluminum 5.3, or if I turn it, do find the 350 crank and stuff. An all aluminum 5.3 in that old Camaro of ours with that carburetor and that ignition system. Yeah, that could be lots of fun. Start it up and I don't know what 550. I'll have to look up some videos on these LS motors. What 550 lift cams would sound like on these. And I gotta remember the roller cam motors can take more lift, and it just not as it's not like putting the big lift into this 327 here. It's well, even though the 5.3 is um, these 5.3s are 327s basically. Let's see what time of night is it. I'm sorry. Wow, it's almost midnight here. We went another hour after the last time I looked at this. I think I better go get some sleep. Yeah, having the subscribers and not the views don't help. I mean, this things are getting changed, and some of it's for the good, some of it's for the bad. So, anyway, guys and gals and everybody, I think I'm gonna get out of here. It's midnight, and I still gotta go home, and we'll get up and do it all over again tomorrow. Hey, Rob! I didn't see you sneak in here. Been hiding in the back on me, haven't you? So, anyway, everybody, I guess stay tuned. There will be either live streams coming up a little more often, since I know this works, and we'll get some live builds or something going on. But I better get home, get laid down, and get up and get going on it again. Ah, okay, Rob. Yeah, yeah, I was late, and uh, one of the guys got a hold of me and said, "Hey, you gonna do that?" I said, "Yeah, I'm finally getting close to the shop, so I came out here and did that." So, but yeah, I'm starting to babble, and I so I guess everybody, y'all take care, and Danny, I'll probably talk to you later tomorrow if you ain't busy, and I better get home. So, take her easy, everybody. Have fun. Have a great week. And keep reaching for those stars, because sooner or later you'll get there. So, good night, everybody. All right, Rob. Catch you later.